Uh, Good morning, everybody. It's wonderful to see a full audience right at the start of the day. Thank you very much to organizers of HitCon for bringing together this fantastic first ever IT conference in healthcare. My topic is how and where in your daily routine can you make your practice more productive and more effective? Most of the uh, apps or ideas that I'm going to share are all free of cost. That was one of the constraints I had tried to keep because there's a lot of information. So somebody said this famously or infamously 30 years back that 640 kilobytes of memory ought to be enough for everybody. Uh, and this was Bill Gates. He doesn't, in a later interview, he said he never said that. So technology is changing our life in ways we could never have imagined. Just to talk about three quick things. So Google Nest, it makes sure that your room air conditioning is set to the right temperature even before you reach your home. Google Now will tell you that your next movie is in 10 minutes and that there's a lot of traffic, so you should leave right now. And connected lenses are for ongoing blood glucose monitoring through your tear film. So technology is completely moving very fast. Consumer buying behavior is also changing. So first there was the era of Facebook. Everybody went on to Facebook. Now there's Flipkart, there's Shaadi.com. So what a lot of people are saying is a generation of digital nomads. We are all the time on the internet. And we're penetrating new categories. So there's onlineprasad.com where you can order Tirupati or any shrine prasad directly from your home. You can buy houses and large SUVs online. And just recently, Shraddhanjali.com has started where you can pay homage to your bereaved folks. The point being, internet usage is increasing extremely fast and people are spending an unbelievable amount of time online. 3 hours and 18 minutes is the average time spent on internet per day, out of which Facebook and WhatsApp take away 45 minutes each. So this is just a warmer as to how technology is becoming very important. How I plan to go about this is your typical day. The patient finds you, he books an appointment, there's a pre-workup which can happen in the waiting room. Then there's the treatment which happens. You record and store patient data. You prescribe tests and medications. You accept payments. And then you schedule a follow-up. It's impossible to cover all of these. We'll touch upon 3 or 4 of these areas where there are very quick, very easy tools to make them better. So to start with, patient finds you. So patients are searching and reviewing doctors on the internet. In the last 3 years, the search for the word doctor appointment has increased 4x. And patients are participating significantly higher in their own treatment management. If you'll search on Google for any word, so Google gives you how many times the particular word has been searched. So if you'll search for diabetes, you can search for your own name, and you'll be able to know how many times you have been searched for. So the question is, are you present where the patient is looking for you? It's no longer the case that you have walk-ins or you have only referred patients. A significant chunk of patients will be searching on the internet for you. They'll be looking about you, they'll be reading about you before they come to you. First and most interesting is Google My Business. We never look at our practice as a business, but I think you should go to the Google Play Store and download the Google My Business app. Register your clinic name, photograph, address, etc., contact details. It has 3 advantages. So you can add photos, you can add your consulting hours and contact details and get rated. You can ask your patients to leave a review for you when they are leaving, the close ones and the happy ones. The advantage is, sorry, let's go back. The advantage with Google My Business is it gives you a listing in 3 places. So first on Google Plus, second on Google Maps, and third on Google Search. So next time when somebody is searching for Sushruta Nursing Home, on the map, if they're around, they'll see your listing first. So it's an absolute must-have. It's completely free of cost. Next is Plexus MD, which I represent. It's very easy to set up. Takes 5 minutes. It's Google indexed and it's free for life. Basically, go to plexusmd.com or go to the Play Store and get the app. This is your online identity. So you don't need to build a website to say, this is where you've studied, these are your publications, these are your interest areas, etc. It's a single page where doctors are looking for you. This is the web profile that you get, and the previous one was the app profile. And finally on this, get listed or get correctly listed, more importantly. If you will search for your name today, Just Dial and Sulekha and Ask Leila and Practo, everyone will be saying something about you. For example, Practo says that my dad's clinic has a minor OT, which it definitely doesn't have. So go to all these websites, get the correct information updated. They will be having their old landline numbers, old photographs, etc. So just dial Sulekha, Practo, Librate. All of them are free listing platforms and definitely get listed there. Coming to the next one, which is booking an appointment. There are lots of softwares available out there, which usually come on a subscription model, saying 5,000 rupees a month or 10,000 rupees a year or something like that. We've tried to give you a very simple suggestion for a simple single clinic practice. Use a combination of Google spreadsheet or Microsoft Excel and a software called Message 91. So a Google spreadsheet is basically a shared Excel file. So your receptionist can be using the same file that you are using. So the receptionist receives a phone call, makes the entry for the patient, and you can see the same entry in your shared Excel. Plug it in with Message 91. Message 91 is a paid software, but it's very cheap. It costs 10 paisa per SMS that you send out. The integration is very easy. Their customer support is very nice. You can just go and explore Message 91. The way it works is every morning, let's say 9 o'clock, your receptionist can be asked to just click one button and all your appointments for that day will get an automated customized message saying, dear Mr. Patel, your appointment is at 3 o'clock today. Please report 15 minutes before. Once you set it up, after that, it's just one click every day. And you can also have your own SOP, which is saying, today you send this message to people who have appointments today, and you send this message to people who have appointments tomorrow. So, and again, I would emphasize on Excel. Microsoft Excel is one of those free tools. It's a paid software, but all of us have a license. It's one of those free tools which we don't use enough. It has some extremely good features, and I really urge you to start using it regularly. There are so many tutorials available on the internet, YouTube videos and 101s. It has some very interesting features. So one feature, very quickly, data validation. This makes data entry very easy. I think the biggest problem in using EHRs or medical record systems is the data entry part of it. Excel has a very simple thing called data validation. So in the column where you say gender, you don't have to type male or female every time. It'll always pick either M or F. Similarly in age or similarly in birth date, etc. So use data validation. It has something called filters, which will very quickly allow you. So all the softwares which are very expensive will say we have brilliant analytics. We give you this, that. We store your data on the cloud. So Microsoft Excel stores your data on your own laptop, which is the safest and which is the fastest. And it also has very good analytics. So use filters and you can find out which appointments you had or how many appointments you had in the last year, how many male versus female patients, specialty-wise patients, etc. Cannot go into the details right now, sorry. The next is, so when the patient is in there and you may want to quickly touch upon something or stay updated generally, or you may want to refer or collaborate with a patient. So here I'll just spend 2 minutes on Plexus MD and how it works. But before that, so medical knowledge is doubling every 12 months. How do you stay updated with this kind of information without spending hours and without spending a fortune? 7,500 plus journals are there in diabetes alone. 100 peer-reviewed articles will have been published by the time my session is over. And knowledge is doubling every 12 months today, and it will start doubling every 12 hours in 5 years from now. So that is the kind of information, and this is medical knowledge. Plexus MD, which I talked about earlier, besides your online identity on the web, it also allows you to get news and updates from 100 plus journals, medical associations worldwide in one place. You get notifications for breaking news in your specialty. It's also the Google of doctor search. If you need to refer a particular patient in a particular specialty in any city, you can just search for the keywords and most probably you'll find a few results. You can have real-time discussions on interesting cases in your specialty. And you can access opportunities across the world. Dr. Vashrajani mentioned we were the registration partners for HitCon. We're also bringing to you many conferences in the coming time. So search for it on Play Store or App Store. Get the app. It's completely free. There are no charges at all. Going to the next one. So besides Plexus MD, there's also a very nice hack for you to stay updated. Go to Google Alerts. Just search for Google Alerts. And set an alert for a particular keyword which is of your interest. So if you are a diabetologist, set an alert for, let's say, premixed insulin, or set an alert for diabetes updates, diabetes guidelines. Let Google be your personal assistant. Every morning, Google will send you the top stories for your keywords in an email. So if your practice is very focused and if you have certain areas of interest, just go to Google Alerts and set up these alerts for you. You'll start receiving emails regularly every day. Recording and storing patient data. Again, I would emphasize Microsoft Excel, which we talked about. There's essentially 4 kinds of data. So first is your customer data. We don't look at patients as customers, but it's your patient data. So where does he stay? What's his birth date? Is he an old patient or a new patient? How frequently does he come? So that's one data set that you maintain. Second is your clinical data. So the patient's recordings, the BP, if you're an ophthalmologist, visual acuity, IOP, etc. Third is financial data, and fourth is medical records. So for the first 3 kinds of data, you can use Microsoft Excel. I'll just talk about medical records very quickly. So Google Drive, again, is a free product. It gives you 15 GB of storage for free, which will last easily more than 2 to 3 years. It's available across platforms. It's one of those things which is gradually becoming a little complicated and therefore a little intimidating. Set it up once, start using it once, and it will be very easy to use in daily practice. So I was just trying to think of a typical way you can organize it. So let's say you have the following folders on your Google Drive. First thing you need to do is go to Play Store and download the Google Drive app. Most probably you will have it on your phone. Create a folder structure which says patient records is one folder structure. My lectures if you deliver a lot of talks. Interesting cases if you've come across some interesting cases. Library is basically the documents or PPTs which are shared with you by
Rohan, 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay, client. Okay.
Documents is where your important receipts or important certificates can be stored, and to-do is your list of. So just organize Google Drive. You carry this with you wherever you go, on your phone, on your tablet, or in your laptop. So just to quickly summarize, get listed across multiple free platforms. Get found on Google Search, Google Plus, and Google Maps through Google My Business. Use Excel or Google Sheets to record and analyze patient, clinical, and financial data. Use Message 91. It's 10 paisa per patient, not thousands of rupees a month. Use Google Drive to store patient records. Collaborate with team. And use PlexusMD to stay updated, find opportunities, and collaborate with doctors across the world. So just last thing, 3 things. This is constant confusion. PlexusMD is not DocPlexus. Lot of people are confused, and very important to make this distinction. PlexusMD is backed by a team of doctors with very high quality content. So if you are already using DocPlexus, do try PlexusMD. Second, we are ranked 10th on the Play Store today. This is our first entry into the top 10 medical apps. And if all of you can go and download it, I'm sure we can reach number 1. Thank you.